Hey YouTubers, this is Old John. Been having trouble with my key fob on my wife's Toyota Prius. Here it is, we have two of them, and there's a battery in the key fob, and it looks like this. It's a CR2032. You can get replacements at Walmart or any of those kind of stores. So normally you can keep this thing like 3 or 4 feet away from the fob holder on the dash, and you can just push the button on the dashboard and the car will come on. Well, it hasn't been doing that. We've had to stick the fob actually into the ignition groove to start the car. So I'm thinking the battery's probably getting weak. So I'm going to take it apart. Okay, so let's take it apart. And the first time you take one of these apart, I've had it apart a couple times because this car is a 2004 and this is 2017. So I've replaced the battery probably a couple times. First time took it to the Toyota dealer and they charged me about $5, and that was a good 10 years ago, so it may be probably between $5 and $10. Well, the battery only costs a couple dollars, so after that I said, well, I'm going to do this myself. So anyway, you first you don't have to, but let's take the key out. So there's a little sliding mechanism here on top. You just pull the key out. So you can use this to actually start the car if the battery is completely shot. So then holding down on that little slider, you push up. There's a groove here and a lip, and that slides off, and then the battery's housed in here. Takes little screws, little Phillips. Here's what I'm using from this set of Phillips screws I have. I've already taken the screws out. I just left one in so you can see what it looks like. There it is. Very tiny. So there's your battery. Pretty good sized battery. You pull it out. There's your little contacts. Okay, so now we want to test the battery. I'm using my multimeter, and we're going to be using these batteries are also always in DC volts and amps. So turned it to DC volts and put it on 20. This should be a 3 volt battery, and it shows you that on the battery. I don't know if you can see it or not. So put it on 3 volts and take one leg of the tester and put it on I'm putting the positive on the positive. It shows you on the battery, on the battery, and then the negative on the negative. And you'll see here we got about 2.69 volts. So, and we need 3 volts. So this battery should be reading at least 3 volts. So it appears that the battery needs to be replaced. So I don't have the new batteries yet. I'll do that. I'll get them the next time I go to the store. But okay, I didn't point out that this has a little O-ring. It's a little rubber O-ring that fits down around the outside of the battery. And what this does, it makes a watertight connection. So if you get this fob wet, it should keep it from the water from getting on the battery. To reverse the process, you just slide the battery in under this little lip with this part down. You want the flat part up where you can see the plus symbol. And the cover has a little groove on it. You want to line that groove up, I think. Maybe I will have to put one of the screws in to hold it down. Okay. Okay, there we go. Cover's back on. The key in, and I'd put a new battery in, it should work. So that's the way you do it. So if you like this video, want to see any other videos, give me a thumbs up. And this is Old John signing off.